Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the heart of Spain in the magnificent Santiago Bernabeu in the capital city of Madrid. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Spread.
Play action. Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken
Entering play call.
versus
Cover 3
territory.
Cover 3
yards on the
middle.
gain. A great start for this offense.
Give cushion.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Entering play
Los
call.
Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And cover 2 man.
On the
LB
completion.
blitz 1.
And that'll bring up
Cover 3
second down.
middle.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Slant to Adams.
That's good for a first down. His second catch of the opening drive.
4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I continue to go in that direction because right now they get a defense back on their heels.
At the 14-yard line.
Now it's Stafford. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Jonathan Greener running in to pick up the sack.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Entering play call. Races. There are 6
Stafford and the
categories.
Rams
Give
after the
cushion.
sack. Now they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And he'll only get this to the 14.
Entering play
as he'll
call.
come up
Coach
short of the
suggestions.
first
There
down.
are 6 categories. Safety and left. FG block
And it'll
return.
be 4th
Preseason.
down.
Cover 3
And how about this
middle.
first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really
Cover
confident,
3
too,
middle.
because they're not trying to fool them with running plays. They're throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
A 31-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the
Entering
opening
play
series,
return
Charles. They didn't run the ball
middle.
once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense, and in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So here's the Viking offense
Entering
making their way
play
out.
open.
Shallow
draw, Hodges out, wide zone,
I tell you what, when he's on
slide,
schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make everything in the book. He's an asset to have
entering
in any
play,
offense.
RPO zone,
And that'll make it second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Naylor. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Naylor, 72 yards. And the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
entering play, sticks spacing.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there. They'll go for 2. McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. I've been to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't get top shelf. Bottom shelf material.
LB blitz
by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter.
Entering play call, cover 3 was middle. Give cushion.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Entering play, LB blitz 1. LB blitz 1. LB blitz 1. Cover 3 was middle. Cover 3 was middle. Cover 3 was middle.
Get anything out of that run.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Now Stafford. They'll give him 4 yards there.
Entering play call, increases pair of 6 categories to have 9 options. Cover 3 was made. Temperature. Cover 3 was made.
Covering receivers. Tackling isn't
LB blitz 1. Cover 3 was
he came
made.
up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll
Spread.
need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Stafford. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much.
Entering play, cover 3 was made
on third down.
Cover 1
They
Robert.
picked up 5, needed 4.
LB blitz
So to me, you
1.
know what that translates back to?
Outside
Situational
third.
football and how they've been teaching it probably since OTAs and mini camps. Going over situations, know what you need, and find a way to get it.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were
Entering
overwhelmed.
play, cover 1 Robert.
Because they
LB
didn't have
blitz
enough
1.
bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move,
Position.
how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" Because here they come.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that's complete to Adams.
Entering play call, Reese's Bears. Cover 3 was made
First down. Didn't quite
Cover
get
3
to the
was made
ball.
Cover 3 was LB blitz 1.
Third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you'd like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before
Entering
crossing
play
over
call,
on downs.
Reese's Bears 6 category.
Third
Cover
catch
1
in his
Robert.
first half for him, and this one is a first
Cover 3
down.
was made
Boy,
10 to
everything
2.
clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
2
Entering
minutes
play call,
remaining in this
cover 1
first
Robert.
half of football. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
LB blitz 1. Cover 3 was made LB blitz
Nice plays,
1.
12 yards that time and a first down.
Outside third. Division.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. As this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
To throw is Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams.
And cover 1 Robert.
Down inside the 10
Cover 3 was
before he's
made
out of bounds right around the 7. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Stafford. Here's back-to-back catches for Devontae Adams.
Cover
3 yards as the
3
game
was
that
made
time, 2nd and goal.
LB blitz 1. Play type, there are 6 categories. There are Reese's Bears. Cover 3 was made Coach 60 pinch. Cover 1 hole. Outside third. Outside third.
Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. As the
Entering
clock
play
is down
call,
to 33
coach
seconds to go in the
suggestions.
first half.
Division.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Devontae Adams from 3 yards out. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution.
Entering play call, safe hand right.
Got to give him credit. Found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Entering play call, special team, return trap middle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively
Entering
they want to play
play,
this.
RPO
I
red
think we'll
out.
find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This is what
And in
defensive coaches ask if they're
RPO
every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Completes this to Addison out left.
Entering play call, inside
3rd and
zone.
2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Entering
Okay,
play
Scott,
call,
thanks a
special
bunch.
teams,
We'll see
return
which team's
middle.
adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, get us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives and some points.
Touchdown incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On play action, now McCarthy. This is caught by Addison. And then with this right upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe keep them in the game. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that the big plays are out there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On play action, McCarthy. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for the first pick. But instead, it's third down.
Categories, MTNY, HGH, MTN, Red Take White World, Red Drive HH, MTN, Drive HH,
An incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones.
And he's going to come up a few yards short.
Entering play twice, MTN
Bring up fourth down. Only enough to gain
Born
yards, but they needed more than that. They'll run for it with Mason. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And
Entering play for field red flag. Puck reserves inside zone.
So the fourth down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And inside
zone. Staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
Escaping a tackler at the 25. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards and it's good for a Viking first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll go again to Jones. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down.
That's a major focus of the halftime. Figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Ceiling
Gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on
inside
first.
zone.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. 3rd down, here's Mason.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be
Entering
alert for the
play
possibility of
inside
but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively pure frustration. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
And inside give to Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Entering play inside
Solid,
zone.
no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 13-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
Inside zone. Inside zone.
But not much more than that.
Recent coach
As a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown!
Jordan Addison.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Entering play kick at kickoff Patagon. Stick spacing.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Entering from Silver
You are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out in the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Now Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
First down, Rams.
Entering play formation. There are 6 cat coaches. Cover 1 rusher. Hook slam 3. Show SS into.
Who can keep his cool
1 double T.
Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Division.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Entering play call.
Loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Cover 2
There's no
man.
question that coming
Cover
into
3
this game, this
spike
defense is
red.
pretty
Cover 2
vocal about
man.
his desire to take this running back out of his game.
Give
And all that
vision.
pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Stafford now to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third
Entering
down.
play. Cover 2
Certainly didn't
and
appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially. So he
Cover
tried to
2
get
man.
something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Give
They will
vision.
look for some important yardage on third down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
It's a game of
And
matchups,
cover 3
and that's why you
slide.
take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points.
Entering play. Cover 3 sky. Cover 1 to the
As we get you
sky.
reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Williams going to get it again on second down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He has just been completely taken out of this
Entering
game.
play call.
He's
Coach
single digits for the rushing
suggestions. Give
department.
And I know
vision.
we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the numbers of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after
Enter
giving
hot
up the
blitz 3.
first down.
Cover 1 hole. Hot blitz 3. Give vision.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here's a second
Give
and
vision.
7.
Keep half.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Entering play type. Option is set to zone 8 plays. Preseason. Cover 2. Cover 3 cloud. Cover 2 man.
A big play looming on third down. Now Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. Totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Entering plate, safe man right, FG block return, presets cover 2 man.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but
enter
not by
Flubsy
much.
drive,
In fact, just a yard
Flubsy
pass there
drive.
to the 21. This is first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He was brought down at the 26.
And Flubsy, empty and Flubsy drive.
26.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before.